So we previously posted a video that got a fair amount of comments because I dropped the term butt wink 2 or 3 times in a video that I talked about squat jail. I did not realize butt wink was a industry term. I thought it was pretty common, but let's explain what butt winking is and why it might not be the best solution in a barbell back squat. So I have a spine model, it has the hip. So what I describe as a butt wink, or what I believe it is when you see somebody kind of set up, and normally the problem kind of starts in the setup is we have a hyperextended lower back. So we're in this anterior pelvic tilt. And then as we go down into the squat or we go into hip flexion, we kind of run out of room because this pelvis is too far forward. So to be able to hit deeper ranges of hip flexion, what happens and what kind of why we coined the term butt wink is that pelvis will posterior tilt. It'll rock back and you'll kind of see this little like jogging of the pelvis at the bottom of a squat, and that kind of gives like the butt wink because it's just like this subtle movement as we get into deeper ranges of hip flexion. So as our setups here, we go down, this leg bone's coming up in the squat. In order to kind of clear that hip range of motion, your pelvis kind of rocks back and you see like this moment at the bottom. So what that looks like, I'll try to show you with the barbell. If we have this upright posture here, we're kind of hyperextended through the lower back. As we go down, we kind of get into, this is that squat jail. In order to get out of jail, we kind of rock that pelvis back and then kind of come back up. So it looks like this. And where we kind of have this butt wink going on at the bottom of the squat. Now, it's not overly dangerous necessarily. I think at higher loads, it's something I would want to avoid because I don't want to put that lower back through a flexion extension moment when there's a lot of axial load or weight on our back. I think in body weight movements, it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly safe. I think it starts in a better setup so that we have our pelvis kind of underneath of us so we can get into deeper ranges of hip flexion without having to kind of posterior tilt around that lower back. Another modification is you can just kind of avoid deeper ranges. Sometimes certain types of exercises, particularly CrossFit, that's really going to favor a deeper squat or kind of the ass to grass. That will just become challenging for some people. So shortening that range makes it a little less demanding on the hip. You're still able to get a great training effect for the posterior chain and the quad. So that's what I think a butt wink is. It's that posterior tilt of the pelvis at the bottom of the squat to kind of make room for hip flexion.